जिनका धाम है, कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है।
ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पतः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं, भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरुः स शिवः प्रोक्तः, यः शिवः स गुरुः स्मृतः। विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव। तितन्मयतया तरवो विनेदो तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावं सारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतान्तमोन्दं संसारिणां करुणया आह पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये। नमो किंचनवित्ताय निवृत्तगुणवृत्तये आत्मारामाय शान्ताय कैवल्यपतये नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो गोविंदाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नमः पार्वती पदे हर हर What is very important in life, we miss it sometimes. What determines our sorrow and joy is not the softness and harshness of a situation. What determines the sorrow and joy is our capacity to see the situation, or you are seeing the ultimate cause of the situation and ultimate effect of the situation. When you see the situation with its ultimate cause and ultimate effect, the middle portion of the situation will dissolve in that ultimate cause of the situation. If you see the situation without the ultimate cause and ultimate effect is one only. because anything where it comes, there it only it goes. But when I see a situation, only that portion and leave everything else. So this is very incomplete perception of a situation, or a person, or an action, or our life, or our sorrows, or our joys. Spirituality is the training to see something in its whole and not part. Spiritual life is more a training in thinking and training in concluding. It is more a session of making understand how to understand. It is convincing you how to get convinced on right point. So if that training is not done for our mind, so we will always be habituated to conclude wrongly. It's our wrong habit. Wrong thinking is wrong habit actually, because it has not taken you to the main point of that issue. We are hovering on the surface. We are somewhere stuck in between. Whenever light goes or whenever water problems are there, so we call the plumber. So he doesn't address that water is not in the tap. He finds out where is the problem. Where is the problem? Where the water is lost in between. So once one plumber came in that old washroom, so water was not coming there. So 1-2 plumbers came and they could not find. One plumber came and started tapping the tiles here. Tapping the tiles. And after tapping the tiles, he said, I think this portion is tapping differently than that portion. There is something leaking inside this tile. Let us break the tile. And he broke and he found out. Others people are just tapping with the tap. And they are thinking something is wrong in the tap. It is not something wrong in the tap. What is wrong is the flow of the water from the main source to the tap. Our life, external situation, person is like a tap. But where from the whole thing flows, that is more important. So we have to train ourselves to perceive, to conclude, to convince, to understand. Don't see anything at that level only. If you see anything at that level, you will always have wrong conclusions, and wrong conclusions is equal to blocked understand. You will have sadness, or you will be overjoyed for something. There is no need to be overjoyed for any issue. You will develop vasana. Where you get very happy, there you get develop vasana. And where you get very sad, there also you develop vasana. And where you get angry, that also you develop vasana. And therefore Bhagavan has used the word samatvam in Gita many times. Sukh dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo, etc. So more important is what are you seeing? How much you are seeing behind, and how much you are seeing ahead rather than what you are seeing in front. How much your vision has got infinity in it. How much infinity is in your vision? How much bigger perspective you have when you think of any person, or when you think of your life, or when you think of your success, your failure. your achievement, your relatives, your ahankar. What are you seeing in the whole scenario? And that will determine your swabhav. As is your conclusion, so will be your reaction. Wrong conclusion will always give wrong reaction. Right conclusion will give right response. So if this is not very clear, and therefore we need lot of listening. In every satsang, a very big picture is given about the whole thing. At least that time our mind goes through a total facelift, you can say. It's different mind is there. No? So let me go ahead and illustrate that how not seeing completeness and how makes a difference with one more beautiful stories which is just not a story. Which story is there today? So in the family of whose family? Mandhata. Good, you slept well. So in that family of Mandhata, afternoon class you were not okay. Afternoon. There was one king called Harishchandra, who you have heard, Satyavadi Harishchandra. About them other stories told, I'll come to it at some time later on. Harishchandra, who went and for protecting his words, he became almost dome, the one who burns the dead bodies. And today also, if you have to comparable, he is truthful like Harishchandra. Harishchandra samajhte apne aap ko, like that. You turned also. So Harishchandra means one who speaks very right. Anyway, we'll come on that later. I'll go a little further because I have only one day. Day after tomorrow will be Gita. Only, but I like 9th chapter, 9th canto. We have started, I think, from 9th or 10th of June, May, 10th May. No? So 10th May onwards going on, so let us see. You can be introduced to 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in that, his son's name was Rohit, not you Rohit. So Harishchandra's son's name was Rohit. And Rohit's son was Harit. Harit's son was Champ. Champ's son was Sudev. Sudev's son was Vijay. Vijay's son was Bharuk. Bharuk's son was Vrik. And Vrik's son was Bahuk. Now, I hope you by hearted. So, I mean, it amazes me that this was in Satyug. And Vedavyas Bhagavan recorded everything. आपको वेद व्यास जी को प्रणाम करना पड़ेगा. इसीलिए भगवान बोलते हैं उनको. द्विबाहुर हरो मनोहरि. Anyway, so this Bahuk, his kingdom was snatched by the enemies, and he died. And he went to the forest because he had no kingdom. But his wife, and he died, but he was not that old. So he had his wife, and wife also wanted to commit sati. Sati means one is too identified with somebody. Sati is the name of actually buddhi. Sati buddhi. One which is with sat is called sati. So one who's too identified that without you I can't live at all. So that is it's more a adhyatmic sati than adibhautik sati. That with truth only I live, because buddhi sleeps. Buddhi's husband is self. Buddhi sleeps in the self. Buddhi goes in the self. Therefore, buddhi's husband is self or Bhagavan. So without him, I cannot think of my life, and therefore they had that capacity that they went with her husband. So as she was about to jump the funeral pyre, so there was a rishi there, his name was Auruva. And Auruva, so he stopped her because this wife was pregnant. So he said, don't jump because you have to have a child. In your family, Bhagavan Ram will take Chinmaya. In your clan rather. But other co-wives were there, they got jealous. Women have this tendency. Men also have, not that women only have, don't worry. They cannot tolerate somebody getting more attention. Especially if they are very possessive about one man. Very possessive, not devoted. Devoted is something, possessive is something. Possession is where it is ahankar oriented. Devotion is merging oriented. Possession is like a noose, devotion is like a river. In river you merge in the ocean, in noose you hang and strangulate a person. So they poisoned her. They poisoned. Who poisoned who? The co-wives poisoned this woman, this wife of Bahuk. So that didn't have effect on her. But that boy who was born, he was born with some poison in him. And therefore, poison is called in Sanskrit gar. Therefore, is called Sagar. Sagar was his name. He became very big. Very big king is there. And lot of things are said about him. I'll come to the point. And our Rishi, Bhagwan ki leela hai, poison doesn't affect somebody. Same cold is there, somebody is very affected. Putting on coat after coat, jacket, still they And some are there with shirt, 4 buttons are not tied also. The Bollywood style is there. And still they are fine. In the same house, COVID happens. Same house. One person has COVID, other doesn't have. Same room they live, husband, wife. ऐसे महावीर लोग हैं भाई. अब husband did not have COVID. Wife had COVID. Immunity is too high. COVID also didn't come. So that did not affect him. Everybody's body is very different, therefore don't imitate. Some foods may affect you, some may not affect you. Some food may be good for your stomach, some is not good for your stomach. That only you will know. Which food is. Somebody had allergy with the garlic. Some people have allergy with agarbatti. Some people can't take milk. Some are gluten resistant. Very common things are coming up now. Gluten. Different bodies are there. So he was quite immune to poison, sagar. Like mind also has visheshta. Like body has a specification. Some mind has more devotion. Some mind can tolerate. Some mind is devoted to the Father a lot. Some people have a lot of contact. This is also one kind. They have high contact. Everywhere. Airport you go, there is contact. You go shop, there is a contact. Immigration department, there is a contact. Education department, there is a contact. है कुछ ऐसे लोग भाई. So he had some visheshta, sagar. He became very big king. So he thought, let me worship the god. And at that time, the god was worshipped by Ashwamedh Yagna, which is very common. This Kshatri can do. Vajpayee Yagna, Brahman can do. But Kshatri is supposed to do Ashwamedh Yagna. So horse was taken, and wherever horse was going, that place belonged to that king. And if somebody obstructed that horse, so he has to fight with the king and win. Otherwise you have to let the horse go. That means horse has gone to that place, that means kingdom is the one he is. So he When it was going like that, the horse was going. So his wife's name was Sumati. Two wives he had. One was Sumati, other was Keshini. Keshini, don't forget. Whose wife? Sagar's wife. Now, this horse was stolen by Indra. In between, Indra has to come to give some climax. So, Tasyot Srishtam Pashum, 8 shlok, 8 chapter now, 9.8.8. Tasyot Srishtam Pashum Yagye Jahar Ashvam Purandara. Purandar means Indra. He stole the horse. Indra stole the horse. Now the son of Sagar, they were very Pitru-bhakt. And their number was 60,000. Always understand, don't get surprised. Because in this Srishti many things can happen. And I told you, they were very, very high class of people in Satyug. Their powers were very, very. So they create Mansik Srishti. Their Srishti was out of their mind. But only thing was they were very arrogant. 9 shlok you see. Sumatayaha taneha druptaha. See the contradiction. Druptaha means arrogant. From Drupa, Darpan has come. Darpan word. Darpan means mirror. Seeing which you get little haughty. Like that. You feel अच्छा I'm so low good looking. एक बार आदमी ऐसे थोड़ा change कर लेता है. I mean, you see the mirror and don't change is not possible. Definitely you feel that इसको ठीक कर लेते हैं. ये थोड़ा सा you are more conscious of yourself. Darp word is Drupta. Pituradesh karina. But this is a good point. You are following their father. So they started searching the horse. Hayam anvesh manahate samantanya nyakhanan mahim. Are Bapre. And in that process, they dug the whole earth. And therefore Sagar word came. How much they can dig, you cannot imagine. ये लोग ऐसे ऐसे महालोग हैं, बड़ा बड़ा काम करते हैं. Sagar was there. You know why Sagar was made? So that people cannot cross their boundaries. They were living in their own countries. So when they started moving out too much, they lost their culture. They lost their Sanskriti. And this problem will always be there with the foreign countries. If the people here were in India, supposing we were born and brought up in India, you would have gained more knowledge of the scriptures, about the festivals, or the people in America who are there, or London they are there, or Australia they are there. They went out for livelihood, for education. That was a positive side, but they lost their cultural roots. Nowadays, they were speaking in their mother tongue since last generation. Your father and mother may be speaking in your mother tongue. And grandfather definitely they were not speaking English. Your grandfather, if you have heard in their houses, they must be speaking in your Tamil, Telugu or Hindi. Now this generation understand what I speak. They'll understand. Next generation won't understand also. And next to next generation at all won't understand. So they are cut from Ramayana. Because you can't understand anything now. How much Hindi classes will be there? And who will go for the Hindi classes when it is not getting you money and course? Very few students are there in the Hindi classes. 15, 20. How many are there? Main number, small number is there. And that two elders are there. 50-year-old. What you are doing earlier? Quite a combination must be there. 50 and 12-year-old. Now they don't know, there is no incentive. I don't know in Singapore what is the situation. वहाँ तो शायद people have come, first generation is Indian. It is here fifth generation. So that roots are cut. I don't know in Gujarati they are speaking Gujarati in your house. No, see? They are not speaking. But your mother must be speaking Gujarati. So slowly, you will not know the greatness of Gujarati saints or Tamil saints, Telugu saints, or Hindi saint. You don't feel Gauravanvit, you don't feel very honored to belong to that culture. It's my pride I belong to that culture. It's my pride I am Hindi, I am Tamil, I am Telugu, I am Gujarati. It's my pride. So you don't have the pride, you don't have a roots. We are going to a rootless society. It can be easily snatched. And therefore, there is Sagar was there. And therefore, Bhagavan Ram, when he made the bridge, he saw that the bridge got drowned. Because if too much crossing is there, others can come and attack India also from other side. Therefore, bridge was submerged in the water. It is seen still. So, therefore, Sagar was there. Too much mixture is not okay. Maintain in your nascent form. I prefer more orthodox thinking rather than going too not modern. Mod person is going for op. Not operation, op. कैसी बातें होती हैं आजकल. So we mixed with the Britishers, we mixed. They changed our attire. There was no pant shirt before Britishers came. People were putting on dhoti, kurta. Their own pride was there. Chandan was there. Temples were there. They all came and spoiled everything. We were eating in our simple plate with our hands. With our hands we were eating. Now they introduce fork, knife, spoon. You can't take tirtham in the spoon, he'll give you one. You take like this. That you bring one spoon. Now we can't think, no, I have to have a spoon. Soup, bowl, kya cheez aa gayi. Too much mixture is not very good. So we got mixed in our, nature, our presentation, our manners, our bhasha. English became very important language. This is a language of opportunities. You should have English. I'm not saying you should not have. But you should be grounded to your own language and to your own culture, to your own deities, to your own dharma. Then you are much more stable. You have a reference to refer to. If I am doing wrong, no, my father was doing, my grandfather was like that. My neighbor was not doing like that. I have a good society where I have reference from. I was born near where Gangaji is there. So I had a lot of culture to listen to the saints. From the childhood only. So lot of standards were formed from the early age. In my house, lot of saints used to come. And I knew how grandfather was very strict. You should not do like that. You should offer like that. Offer food like him. Don't touch like this. So a lot of things were taught, we were brought up. So that helped in the later age. Now the boy goes in the American school or the international school here. It's all hodgepodge and mixed up. And because they have their own slangs also. They have their own accent also. They have their own culture also. There is own festival also. He is opposing my festival. He is joking on my cows. He is ridiculing my devatas. So I get a little. My roots are not very deep from the beginning. Because he saw, no, I don't believe in this Murti Puja. I don't believe in the stone worship. I'm not a stone. He's not convinced. He's from other religion. So you get a kind of, your very foundation is not very great. When you go out, mixture of schools are there. He spends 8-9 hours there. ठीक है? These things happen. Not everybody is lucky that their parents go to the mission or their parents go to some kind of religious institution, so they are bringing the values. Parents are also like that. So it's a total cracked society. His commitment is cracked. Then he will ask the question, why should we light the lamp? Why should we light? What to do then? Because his mind is made like that. Candles will not be opposed, but lamp will be opposed. In the film, all Akaro people will be shown as a villain. Father is shown as a very great person. Somebody from other religion is very good. Our from Akaro is always some villain, some kind of very dhurt person is there. He is in Akaro, he is coming like that. Very, very tricky person. Very malicious intention. He is shown this was the agenda of Bollywood. Make us fall in our eyes. They will never show in a very great light. And this is where we fell prey to. Therefore, we are not proud to be Hindus. We have lost that sanctity. When you come in the mission, you hear, then you see the glory of the Upanishads. You are hearing Upanishads now. You are hearing Gita now. You will feel, oh, I never thought it so much. You will be baffled by the amount of depth we have. Anyway. So this, they made Sagar. Now, don't forget what the main thing. What is the main thing? Horse was lost. Horse was lost. Oh, I thought Sobiri Rishi is there. No. By the time understand the other story comes up. Sobiri Rishi was in the ocean. No, he was in Yamuna Jal. Sobiri Rishi was in Yamuna Jal. Acha, oh. I am slow in thinking. So they are searched everywhere. This son searched every Prague, Udichi. Prague means east, Udichi means north. Dishi, Hayam Dadrushu. But they saw that horse tied near Kapilji's ashram. Same Kapil, third canto, Devuti's son, Bhagwan Kapil. Not Kapil Rishi. Kapil Rishi is from Sankhya, but he is Bhagwan Kapil here. Without thinking, see 10 slok. Without thinking, and he is in meditation. Kapil Bhagwan is in meditation that time. So Samadhi is there. And you know what they say? Yeshavaji hara chauraha. Hey chor. Well, he has stolen the horse. Horse thief. Ghoda chor. Aste milita lochana. And he is hypocrite. He is sitting with his eyes closed. And they had their astra shastra. Next slok 11. Udayudha abhiyayuhu. They ran towards him to kill him. Hanyatam, papa. Pap also means papi. Dharma is dharmi lakshan. Word pap is used for papi also. Somewhere dharma is used as dharmin. So a papi, he was a sinner. Iti shashta sahasrana. And that Rishi was closed his eyes. He opened his eyes. अब देखो ये ऋषि का दम है. Unmimesh tada muni. Unmimesh means he opened his eyes. Tada muni. That means he did, when the horse was brought here and Indra tied there, he was not opening. He was too absorbed. But they were shouting a lot. These 60,000 were shouting. One shouts, we can't meditate. And here so many are there. So when it happens, then you know it is written, it tells shlok. Second line, underline. Mahad vyati kramhata. Mahad vyati kramhata. He insulted a Mahan Purush. Insulted means tiraskar, looked down upon, disturbed. Please don't forget my point. Everybody has different pervasiveness of mind. Please get my point. Everybody's mind, in your mind, one family may be there. I am identified to my son, my daughter, and 4 people are in my family, they are mine. Rest, I don't bother. Mahatma's mind is very pervasive to Virat. He has practiced thinking everybody is God's form. Either everybody is mine or nobody is mine. Not somebody is mine and somebody is not mine. That is Sansari person. Sansari person has lot of boundaries in his thinking. That he is not mine, he is mine. I like him, I don't like him. He is very good, he is bad. I don't want to talk to him. I want to talk to him a lot. I love you, I hate you. So he has lot of boundary walls. Mahatma has practiced to see whole world his own. Therefore he is called Mahan Atma. The Atma word is Man. In Mahatma word, Atma has 6 meanings in Amar Kosh. And one of the meaning is Mana. So Mana means what? Mahat Atma Yasya. Mana is neuter, therefore you have to bring Mahat here. So Mahat Atma Yasya. Whose Atma, whose mind is Mana, Mahat Mana. Whose mind is identified to a very big mind. He is not a person. He is infinite mind wrapped in flesh and blood. He is not a human being. He is not a human being. It appears as a human being. We see him eating, talking, thinking. But Mahatma, in his contemplation of few birds, he has made his mind pervasive like the Hiranyagarbha and Virat's mind. And therefore, if you feed him, everybody is fed. Whole Brahmand is fed. So one day, one sadhu went to one king. He said, if you feed 1 lakh saints, then bell will ring, and that you understand that you have become great Punyashali. Every day he used to feed hundreds of thousands. Many years bell didn't ring. Another chariot came. He said, chariot will come, bell will ring. So it was more than, he counted also, it was more than 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh. But neither chariot came, following the story. Neither bell rang. One day, Shukdev ji came. Shukdev ji, moment he put his food in his mouth, bell also rang, chariot also came, because his presence was equal to the lack of saint, whole cosmos. Respect of a Mahatma is equal to respect of the whole world. An insult of the Mahatma is insult of the whole cosmos. Therefore, insult of so many people will always bring a bad fruit. So Mahad Vyatik, देखो क्या लिखा, Mahad Vyatikram Hata. You know what happened? When they said, kill him, kill him. You know what happened? Nobody shot him. Nobody shot them. Nobody took a sword and killed, because it was all ashram. From their body, whose body? Son's body. Fire came automatically and then burnt him. Swa sharir agnina. Bhasmasat. See the word here. First line. Not that somebody had put them on fire. 12 shlok. Swa sharir agnina. क्या ऐसा भी होता है क्या? From their body only fire came. ये पाप हो गया. If you do intense sin, you get fruit there itself. त्रिभिर वर्षैः त्रिभिर मासैः त्रिभिर दिवसैः इह लोके अति उत्कट फलम इह ये भुज्यते. Intense you do sin, within 3 weeks, 3 years, 3 months or 3 days, you will get the fruit. Mahadvyatikramahatā bhasmasād abhavan tat abhavan. Abhavat, abhavatam, abhavan. Plural is there. So abhavan. ठीक है, ये है, देखो ये. Here he is sitting quietly. He didn't curse them. But the devatas who were propitiated around him, everybody has pleased a devata. So you don't insult the person, you insult the devata of the person. Everybody has some Bhagavan around him. He has propitiated in the last birth. Somebody has Shiv Kripa, so he is born with Shivji's grace. Somebody has Ram Kripa, somebody has Indra Kripa, somebody has Varun Kripa, somebody has Kuber Kripa, a lot of money is there. Somebody has Mangal Kripa, somebody has Rahu Kripa, somebody has Vriksh Kripa, everywhere trees will be there. Somebody has Sarv Kripa. Snake has to come into it. So the person has come from snake lok. So I know the people, one girl is there in Bihar, etc., all surrounded by a lot of snakes whole day and night. Snakes are around her. Snakes sleep with her. They wake up with her. And she just throws like that. Not once they have bitten. Nag lok se aa rahi hai. She had Nag Kripa. Nag Kripa. And she is sitting, and people come to see her from a distant place. Still she is there. If you want, you can go. You want to go? Pankaj will go. Pankaj has done Nag Puja. In his house, Nag Puja was performed. Hai na? So, he was born with that Kripa. You don't know what Aradhana person has done in the past. He may be simple looking person, or somebody was Pati Bhakt. Somebody has done Agni Aradhana. Somebody has done Vayu Aradhana. Somebody has watered the plant a lot. So you don't know which devatas are around him. He may appear as a very simple person, but he is not simple. And therefore be very careful in dealing with the world. Somebody is bigger because devatas are not around him. And therefore you see the Dinta and the I have not eaten since last 20 days. You can see the voice, there is no devata sitting on the voice. Devata has left the voice. There is no one in the eyes. They are all seated there. Mahadvyatikramahatā bhasmasāda bhavan chanat. Somebody said he must have cursed. So Bhagavad Ji clarifies. Na sadhuvadaha muni kopa bharjita narendra putra iti. When iti comes, that means over. So from muni to putra is inverted comma. Na sadhuvada, this is not right. Muni ko bharjita, is not right that he cursed. He didn't curse. Why he didn't curse? Because he katham tamo roshmayam vibhavate. He was already absorbed in such a deep meditation. How can he have anger? Anger is tamasic quality. One whose mind is so deeply saturated, it will take time for him to get out also. How can he be so angry? Anger is tamoguna. Okay? Okay, I'm not tamasic. I have a lot of anger. Katham tamo roshmayam. देखो ऐसा लिखा है, roshmayam. Saw that? Roshmayam vibhavyate. How is it possible to be so angry? ये power है साधु की. He is pleased because he has left everybody. When you have attachment, then you divide your power. Then you become partial. Then you become sinner also. Then you Then you go against somebody because your attached object is not there with you. But when you are not attached, you are very pure. That means Devatas are with you, God is with you a lot because you spend day and night in propitiating the God with your words, with your speech, with your vyavahar. And therefore the word used for Kapil Bhagavan is Jagat Pavitratmani Sattudhamni. These two words will go together. He is abode of Sattuguna. And with him the whole world is purified. How can Khe Rajo Bhuvi, how can a dust be associated with the space? Dekho, ye hai. I hope you are following. Yes, following. Yes. I am not insulted anybody. Acha. So there, he was like that. Yes, Sant hai, is seeing that everybody got burnt. 60,000 got burnt in a moment. Not 1, 2. Imagine 60,000. Only heap of ashes were there. And maybe some bones were there. ये शक्ति है महात्मा की. Oh. Now his father is searching at my son. Earlier horse was lost, my sons are also lost. Both are lost now. वो पूरे कॉस्मोस में होता है उनका शक्ति. And therefore these Mahatmas are very conscious of their rag dvesh because they don't want to lose the God. Ordinary person doesn't matter because his joy is this much. So if from this to this it happened, doesn't matter. Supposing your shirt is dirty, pant is dirty. So if my shirt gets more dirty, it doesn't matter. Because already joy level is very low. So you don't feel a very appreciative difference when your already joy is very low. Kich I am fighting every day. So today also I fought, doesn't matter. I went to a place called Somnath. Near Somnath there is called Veraval is there. Before that it was a very big fish market was there. And whole fish was being taken from the ocean. As I entered, what a stink of fish was there. But the people who were working, they were very comfortable. They were so happy with that fish. Because day and night, I don't know you have gone to the fish market or not. Fish market is here in Durban. Acha. You have gone fish market? Please don't go. You? Fish market? Not gone? Don't go. Those who want to have fish, they can go, they will go. Not everybody will go. You have gone? Fish market. This thing is there. Arey bhaiya, wahan acha se they dry the fish also. This is business. I think in Chennai also this must be there. Wherever coastal areas are there. This is Cape Town also it must be there. A lot of fish. They go with that, what is it called? Fishing rod and all. And if they get some big fish, they are very happy. They don't know they are become to fish of Yamaraj will do their fishing one day. Last fish caught. One dentist was there, he died. And he was put in the grave. And one plaque was there, last cavity filled. People say funny things. So there, when you are already in you don't experience lot of peace, then you fight, you are fine. You argue with the fine. Those who are saints, those who experience meditation, those who have done jap for hours, those who study, those who have done prajan, those who have listened to the talk, if their mind is little go out, they said, kya yaar, I'm not getting, signal bigad gaya. Signal nahi theek aa raha hai. If your connection regularly goes off, then you are habituated, you don't get irritated. It is always reconnecting. few moments, speed is very slow, it's going round and down. अब आ गया थोड़ा सा. You are habituated to it. Initial days your signal was like that. अब थोड़ी देर के लिए अब गया, आएगा, अभी रुकिए, आने वाला है. It is going to come. ऐसा signal was there. Speed was very, very low. You send something and it is showing sending for hours. Now speeds are all very high and immediately. Now you say, why it is not going now? What has happened here? Why speed is so slow? So when you have gone in a sublime level, then you don't want. That was Kapil Bhagavan. कोई गुस्सा नहीं आया उनको. Anyway, let's go to another topic. Now, let us go to Sagar now. I'll come back to him again. Don't forget how we started. These people, they should not have said, kill. अरे भाई, पता लगा लो कौन है, क्या है, why to doubt? And here it is written here, one line which surprised me rather. 12th shlok you see. Mahendra Hrit Chetsa. Indra Bhagavan entered their mind and destroyed their mind. See the word. Mahendra Hrit Chetsa. They made him doubt and they made him do the mistake. And therefore, if you are Abhimani, you will be made to do more mistake by Devatas. And if you are devotee, you will be protected. This is one thing, please. Your decisions depend on somebody else also. पता नहीं बुद्धि खराब कर देते हैं वो. न हस्ते यष्टि मादादाय देवा रक्षन्ति मानवा यम तो रक्षितुमिच्छन्ति सुबुद्धया नियोजयन्ति तम. बोले I was doing अनुष्ठान and it happened somewhere. Somebody was doing some अनुष्ठान to get himself cured. ठीक? And one doctor gave a medicine and it got cured. It happened. So he went to the saint. He said, by doing अनुष्ठान, I was doing that jap. Didn't happen. But the doctor gave the medicine. Then that saint said the doctor prompted, Devta prompted that doctor to give that medicine. And he prompted. Therefore you are okay. So you will take wrong decisions in life. You will make big blunders in life. Be very, very careful. What you will do will be very, very bad, otherwise you will repent. So be very careful in life. So here he had another wife. Who? Sagar. Her name was Keshini, very good. And Keshini had a son, his name was Asmanjas. Asmanjas means he was in a fix all the time to do this, not to do this. You want to go or what? Fine. So, Asmanjas was his name. Always little perturbed. But he was not ordinary person. And Asmanjas had a son called Anshuman. Anshuman was a very great man. I'll tell you about him. And Anshuman, Tasya Putra Anshuman Nama, 15th shlok. Pitama Hite Ratha. Pitama, who's the grandfather of Anshuman? Sagar. Sagar was Dadaji or Aja. Durban language, Aja. Otherwise he was Dadaji. So he was always serving his grandfather, Anshuman. This Asmanjas, why they put his name Asmanjas? Jati Smaraha, see, 16th shlok. He knew his past birth. I have known people who know their past birth. And they say, take me to that village. So they say the child is 4-year-old and he is meeting 80-year-old. Well, she is my wife. And I have 4 sons. One door is there. It is there. Don't think it is all cock and bull. It happens. And this Asmanjas knew his past birth. Good thing of past birth knowing was, he knew how everything is false. And therefore, it is written here that he was yogi. He was yogi. Although he was doing sadhana, but he left, he couldn't complete. Therefore, he was acting as a very foolish kind of person. Yogat vichalita. And he was doing something to make people feel that he is not good. ऐसा भी होता है. You know what is the good point? Nobody will come and disturb you. If you are very good, if you are a good saint, good natured, everybody will flock around you. You have to talk to them, you have to give time to them. So this he thought they will disturb me, and therefore he said, let me do something so that they don't like me. Imagine that he had no lokeshna, that means no desire to get popular, no desire to get love from somebody, he had a desire to meditate. देख रहे हो आप, ऐसा भी होता है. And ultimately what he did, he took the son, children of Saryu and children of Ayodhya, and he threw in the Saryu also. So his father knew. Father means Anshuman. देखो अंशुमान बोला उन्होंने. देखा? Don't change father and son. His father was Sagar. अंशुमान क्यों बोला? अंशुमान was his son. Son को father बना दिया. ऐसे महापुरुष हैं. So, and his father said, you have downed the children? I am getting such a bad name. Get out of the kingdom. He said, 1 minute. All drowned children he brought back to life. He said, no, I am going. I will not stay now. And he went to the forest. You don't judge anybody by the face value. पता नहीं क्या है वो. Jati smar means who has. He said, see, in the past life, my wife was there, but she doesn't care for me where I am. What makes you dispassionate sometime? Shobhanadhyas goes away. That I did so much for this person, and that person left me. I gave so much for this person, but he doesn't at all think about me also. Even those whose mother, father have passed away, you should get dispassion. That my father was caring so much mother, but now I'm in trouble, they are not at all helping me. And sometimes that life is such that for whom you do a lot, they will leave you. You will wonder why this person left me. I did so much for him, I did so much, I loved him so much, I cared for him so much. I gave very selfless kind of love to this person. I didn't want anything. But why this person has shown cold shoulders to me? Or maybe he has given some harshness to me. I never gave any harshness. ऐसा भी होता है. You will hear something. And that sometimes that person will be half your age. You are 70, he is 35. Or he is 30. And you have to hear that. And I'm very happy you hear that. At least get attached now. You see this world's way is so mic. How you are left like a hot potato. So all these words called I love you, I like you, I will never leave you. They are only blah blah. कुछ नहीं होता उसमें. There is no essence in this world. He knew it, Asmanjas. Don't go by his name. His name is sounding like that, but he was named because he was behaving like that. It is written here. Jati smara purai sangat yogi yogat vichalita. He showed, don't think I am foolish. He showed that and he brought back all yogis to life now. When he left and people knew that he was so great, then his father Sagar was very, very disturbed. Already all other sons had already drowned. They got burned. Now he was also gone. Now only hope was Anshuman. Only lamp. It's called Kuldeep. He was a Kuldeep, not Kulandkar. He was Kuldeep. देख रहे हो, ये तो दिखाते हैं भगवान को. So when you will pass away, which you will do, and supposing you see your all family members, and you know that how they are now, they are trying to forget you, or they are still happy, they are celebrating your birthday, their birthday, and on your tirahi, and they have cut the number of Brahmins there because they want to spend this money. On your Shraddh they didn't do properly. Sun didn't come properly on the 1 year of Shraddh. And they have not put your proper photograph also. And you will see all these things. Therefore 3 days Jeev is there in the house. 3 days Jeev is there in the house sometimes when after the body is dead, and therefore we don't cook the food in for 3 days. At least for 3 days. Then you know how people are, how much they love you. They'll forget you. Why? Other work is there, right? How much you remember those who have passed, your father, mother, how much you remember? You have other work, or they will remember you all the time. How much you are repenting and how much you are drowned in their sorrow. कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे. So he saw everything. Who? Asmanjas. Therefore he said these people also will become like that later on. It's a matter of 15, 20, 30, 40 years. We are going to be separated forever. And he will try to get happiness from somebody else. He thought. Therefore he left. Otherwise, if he wanted to become popular, then he could have done nice makeup. You should have shown everybody, I'm so talented. You could have sang song. You should have been doing right things so that nobody gets a wrong impression about me. Don't misconstrue me. I'm not that bad. It needs too much of dispassion to show that I'm bad. Leave me. हम नहीं हैं, हमारे सामने मत आओ, भागो यहाँ से. भागवत है. Now he left. After that forest में meditation वगैरह कर रहे होंगे. Now Sagar called whom? Anshuman. He said, Beta Anshuman. Nice means Anshuman. Anshu means rays. One with the rays. Surya name is Anshuman. Anshumali is also one name. People put the name Anshu only. Anshu name is very common in India. Anshu, like that. So his name is Anshuman. So he said, please go and find out where is the horse and where are my other sons also. 60,001. All are disappeared. You come back, don't get disappeared. मतलब वो भी गया, असमंजस में गया, हम कहाँ रहें? Who will be the next in the line if you leave? He was another great person. So he followed the path where it was dug all around. And there he could get Tatra Sinam Munim Vikshya, 21st slok. Kapilakhyam Adhokshajam. He saw Munis sitting there. See, and horse was also there. Same situation was there as was with the 60,000. And what they said, Eshvadi Hara Chaura, Chor. Hanyatam. Same situation. He did not think like that. You see, maturity is there. You know what he did? He closed his eyes. When you have done upasana, your decisions are very accurate, your conclusions are very mature. Devatas don't disturb your intellect. You know what he did? He offered namaskar. To whom? Kapil Muni, Kapil Bhagwan. Kapil Bhagwan, he offered namaskar. He could have also constituted, but he didn't chura liya. Nobody told him. But something told him inside, no, he is a Rishi, he is a Bhagavan. Who told him? Nobody from outside. If you are a great saint, you get more instruction from inside than outside. You don't need other person to tell you right, wrong, good, bad. You have so much of inner proximity with the God that he says, no, this is a saint. This is a saint. Namaskar Guru. He could have thought that he has stolen the horse like these people thought and jumped to the conclusion. Nobody guided him. Alone he went. People say I did not get the guidance. I said in inner guidance, if you don't get the outer guidance, high time you find out how inner guidance you can have. Astaut samahit mana, he closed his eyes. Astaut means he did stuti. Underline second line, 21st shlok. Rather both lines you underline. Kapilakhyam adhokshajam. Adhokshajam means name of Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna. He said, ये भगवान है, ये भगवान है. And he was a simple Muni, Kapil Muni. बोली भगवान है ये तो. And he closed his eyes. Pranjali pranato mahan. Shukdev ji uses the word, he is mahan, he is Mahatma. Other way dripta. They were arrogant. ये महात्मा इसीलिए महात्मा है. He is Mahatma Anshuman. आंख बंद किया उन्होंने. देख रहे हो आप? Therefore I say, do dharma, do upasana, think rightly, worship the people around, do namaskar. From morning till evening should be series of namaskar, starting with the earth. Samudra Vasne Devi, Parvat Stan Mandali. It must be taught, no? In the morning class. Chanting. Please do it. Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam. Padasparsham Kshamasme. Don't touch the earth without offering forgiveness. Asking for. This is what I get surprised when I see the height of. I mean, we can think, okay, he must be a Mahatma. He didn't think he's a Mahatma, he said he's a God. Generally, in a human attire, if we see somebody meditating, at the most we can say, oh, he is a Mahatma. He's a saint. But he said, no, he's not a saint, he's a God. And nobody told him anything, no clue. And seeing the same Rishi, these other 60,000, they said, Hanitam, Pap. मारो इसको. येष वासी बाजी हरा चौरा. बड़ा घोड़ा चोर है ये. घोड़ा चोर. This is the depth of the person. So Samahitmana, he closed his eyes. He allowed the mind to go deep into himself. Those whose habit is to go deep, it is very nice for him to, for any incident, they are able to absorb their mind. And from 22nd shlok to 27th shlok, he praises Kapil Bhagavan, not Rishi. As a Bhagavan he praised. Adhokshajam, son of Devati and Kardam. 3rd canto. He said, why he praised? He said, they did the mistake. Because he must have known there in his mind. And he did not see any of the sons there. Because they were already burnt. Only he saw a lot of ashes all around. Nobody told that what happened to those sons. We'll see more tomorrow. Om Har Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. Hari Om. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, 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 He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, 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 He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.